Is your health thriving, or is it merely surviving? Welcome to Thriving with Chiropractic, where we unpack conditions and lifestyle challenges in order for you to be the best version of health you can possibly be. I'm your host, Dr. Mosier, and my beautiful co-host is my wife, Ellen. Join us on this journey to thrive.
Hey folks, Dr. Mosier here, and we are on set here at Lisa's farm. Thank you so much for letting us join you today. I am so excited about this. So, Lisa, you obviously own this farm, and we have our friend who
Pearl.
is drinking water right now.
Yeah, this is Pearl. She's good anyways.
That's okay. That's okay. So, I want to know more about you and your farm. You raise horses. You used to raise Great Danes. Tell us about that. What is that like?
Full-time job. Pretty much full-time job. You have to love it. I mean, and I do. I love animals. I love kids. I've always worked with 4-H kids. I did that for 36 years. The horse club, the dog club. When Aaron was in school, I volunteered all the PTO stuff. You know, that took several years. But the horses have always been my love. And of course, Aaron adopted all that. And the dogs. And kids. So I those are my things. And I kind of think you're gifted with things that you love. And those are the things I think you should pursue.
Absolutely.
Because I think that's where you're supposed to be in life. You know, it brings you joy. And I think she left us. But
Yes.
that's good. She'll be adding to it quite a bit.
Yes.
But no, I've always loved the horses. My dad was into horses, and I will probably always have them.
Yeah.
I've bred horses for 40 years now, off and on. And dogs, probably 20 years. I've done dogs off and on. But we bred show dogs, and she sold them all over the country for a while. We're out of that now, but I'm just doing the horses, and we're back.
There you go. And that's okay.
She's back.
So, breeding horses. I want to dive into that because
All right.
that is new to me,
Okay.
being from the city and everything. So, you've seen these videos of horses giving birth and everything. And do you normally have a vet there with you, or do you just handle all that by yourself?
It depends on the person. I like being hands-on, and that part of it doesn't bother me. Some people get really nervous, and they'll send their horses to the vet and stall them there and let the vet go through the process. But I prefer to do it myself. I have a baby monitor on my folding stall and equip them, and I pretty much live in the barn. This is what she's gonna do. Pearl. Baby Pearl.
Mosier Family Chiropractic provides comprehensive care and massage therapy for the entire family. From migraines and sports-related injuries to prenatal and elderly massage, Mosier offers the best in recuperative and preventative care. Call today or visit us online.
It's okay. He can edit that.
Yeah, that's good because she's gonna do this. Anyway,
That's
so
okay.
yeah, I know I stay at the barn. You'll see lights on here all day of night, and I stay up here when I'm ready to pull out of foal. It's I enjoy it.
So, with human pregnancies, sometimes a baby is breached, and sometimes the doctor has to pull, right? So, how does that? Because now we're dealing with very large animals that could, the mama could kick you.
You've got about 20 minutes from the time they start foaling till it better come out, or you've got an issue. So at that point, you've got to get a vet involved. But I luckily have never had that problem. I've had to help kind of pull. She's a big baby, but once we got the hips and shoulders past the hips, we were good. But I have not had those issues.
Okay, and I'm asking all sorts of crazy questions, and I apologize. But so when a horse gives birth, is the mama horse standing? Does she give birth laying down? Laying down. Okay. And how long does it take for that baby horse to start walking?
Just a few minutes. They're usually up fairly quickly. You want them to lay down for a while because they need the blood flow through the umbilical cord, and they need that. So as long as they can stay down for a while, that's great. But they'll get up pretty quick. And you see the movies and stuff where they have them and they jump right up, and that's a predator thing. They need to be able to move
Okay.
quickly.
Because if they don't, then they'll get.
The coyote or something would eat them.
Wow.
Just like baby calves, right there at first, they're real vulnerable.
Now, this may be an ignorant statement or a question, but does horses, do they lay down to sleep like we do, or do they sleep standing up?
Both.
Okay.
They'll lay down and they snore and make all kinds of noises.
Do they
Oh
really?
yes, you'd be surprised when you listen to them. But yeah, they do, but they lock their legs and they stand up. They have that fight or flight kind of thing going where, the herd animals, that if somebody is concerned and somebody takes off, they all go. So they will sleep standing up. They'll just lock their legs, and then if something startles them, they're off.
Wow. Now, someone else has told me, and I think it might have been you actually in the office, that horses are very social creatures. I think someone told me that if you got a pair of horses and they're like best friends for whatever reason, and this one dies or gets sold or whatever, this one
No more.
really.
They have feelings,
What does horse mourning look like?
They'll look for the other horse. They'll, and if a mare loses a foal, they'll nicker for it for days. It makes you cry. I've only lost one in my life, and that was bad because you just tears your heart out. The mares are looking for babies, just like a person would. They your family. When they're there, when they're not there. Same with horses. You can take one and it can go to a show or another farm for years and come back, and it knows the horses where it's from.
Wow.
Yeah, they remember.
Wow. Now, you mentioned show dogs, like you would raise show dogs.
Karen used to show.
Okay. Did she used to show horses?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so, what do they look for with these horses? Like, how do you win?
Confirmation, movement, a team effort, and the horse together.
Okay. I want to dive into. I'm going to switch gears on you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So, this is a lot of work. Raising horses, raising dogs, showing, traveling, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
That's taken a lot of toll on your body. Somebody made a little noise. That's okay. Okay, so you do all these things. When you came into the office, I think you came either 2, maybe 3 years ago.
2+ years, I think you've been working on me now. I was to the end of my pain tolerance, and I have a high pain tolerance.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean,
I seen your X-rays.
yeah, I don't know how that compares to other people. I just know I have a high pain tolerance, and I was to the end of it because I was not getting any relief from being in pain being up or being in pain laying down. I had the nerve pain because I had back surgery when I was 35, and I had a ruptured disc, and so I lost a lot of feeling in my right. I thought it was my leg and my foot. Now we realize it's more of me that's had
Yes.
lost feeling after I came to you. We realized I have a hip that's out of place, and that's been probably for the last 6 years. And who knew? I didn't know. Couldn't feel it. But then my back has got that degenerative disc disease now, and so that I guess was letting pressure off of the nerves that I had damaged. And so then I got pain that I hadn't had all this time, and it's like, okay, this is different, and I couldn't get out of it. I had the shooting pains and the throbbing pains, and it got to be all of me hurt. It's like I would I'd be over my office thinking, okay, is it worth getting up out of this chair to go get whatever I need to go get? And it's like that was a thought, and it's like this is no way to function.
Right.
But yeah, I've been hard on my body. I mean, it's I've thrown 40-pound saddles on horses horses and carry 50-pound feed bags and hay, and most of the women around this community do.
Yes.
We're farm people, we got animals. That's what we do. Hay bales.
And you tend to work harder when you're doing something that you're passionate about.
Probably.
And just from our previous conversations, your passion for these horses, they're like your babies.
Yeah, they are. I really, really like them.
So you really worked hard. You've done a lot of damage to your body. And we started working together. And I mentioned to you one day about functional medicine, doing some testing.
Yes.
And off the top of my mind, I don't remember which test we did, but we did one of them.
We started with the DNA test just to get a baseline.
Yes,
is what we did, but I guess I should back up a bit. I appreciated the fact that when I went to see you, the first thing you did was do some X-rays and some, I don't know what you call the other thing that you do.
So they're
scans.
So like thermography, heart rate variability.
Yeah,
stuff
just
like
to figure out what's going on with my body,
Mhm,
which
yeah.
that wasn't really good to know because it wasn't doing very much. So it's like I'm not really sure how I was functioning back then because, gee, there's so much difference between today and then. But I was having shooting pains and throbbing pains, and my joints hurt, and I've got swelling, and it's like just lots of things were going on with me. And just after 2 adjustments, the shooting pains down my leg, the throbbing pains, those were gone. Some of the random pains in my muscles and my joints and some of the swelling, I think, was more related to what we found out later as we started the testing, because we tested for my vitamin D, which is depleted. We tested my magnesium, which was depleted.
Yes.
We did adrenal glands, because the backs, the tops of my hips back here were killing me. And my kidneys and adrenals weren't functioning right. And it's like, okay, we are more than just a chiropractor mess, just all of it.
Yes.
And big mystery here. So we had a lot of things going on besides just my hip and that we found out. Then we tested for hormones. I think that's when we found out
Yes.
that because the lab called you and you called me going, are you on any kind of progesterone medication? And I said, no, but I can tell you where that's coming from because I have older mares and I use hormone replacement that's called Regemate that most show people, breeders, vets use. And so I got to looking into that. I Googled it after we got off the phone because mine, you're supposed to have less than 215 in your body is the number, and I was like 1,918 or something.
It was supposed to be 200 and you're at 2,000.
Yeah, it was bad. But I had been breeding older mares for the last 6 years after I got back into it when we moved up here. And prior to that, when I was younger, I had young mares, so they didn't need it to hold the pregnancies. So it's a liquid you give to them every day in a syringe, and I wear plastic gloves, and I'm real particular. So, I did all the things I was supposed to do. And so I was researching on Google, what are the side effects of overdosing on progesterone, and I had those symptoms. All of them.
All the swelling,
all
all the
of
pain.
them, all of those symptoms. And depleting my other vitamins, like vitamin D and magnesium, that when you're that far off the chart, it depletes the other. And I was like wore out, tired. I just could go and I could fall asleep standing up.
Like a horse.
Yeah, just like a horse. Just like a horse. But while I was researching Google, I ran across an FDA warning from 2018. So I'm not going to say much more than that. Just go look it up. But the key, there's 7 or 8 keywords that were in there that latex gloves do not provide a sufficient barrier.
Which is interesting.
So
because that's what most vets go by is you wear latex, you're protected.
Yeah. You evidently need the nitrile gloves.
Nitrile gloves.
Is what
Okay.
they suggested in the warning. So evidently for the last 6 years that's been going through the gloves, and I didn't know.
So let's back up. So the Regemate, which is and you have to give it to them every day. And of course, a horse is a much larger animal. They need more progesterone in their body, and this is synthetic. And so, since you're handling it, and hormones typically can go through your skin, into your bloodstream, that's making you having 10 times the amount of progesterone a normal female should have.
Probably something like that.
So you had all the swelling, all the mineral and vitamin depletion, because this was messing up everything. This was like, for us, this was functional medicine, the biggest piece to the puzzle that we are missing.
Yeah.
Because we tested
everything.
Yeah, I was running out of options, and I remember getting your labs back, and everything was like so, and then progesterone, it was like all the way, the line all the way to the red and beyond, and it was like, I don't think that's right. So I made a few phone calls and said, hey, doc, how does she have 2,000 progesterone? And so that's where he asked, hey, is she doing some sort of cream or anything? And then that's where you went in. He was like, well, regimen. And that's where we found this.
Handle it every day.
So now that mare in particular, you're not breeding her right now.
No, I don't have anything bred. So once we found this out, I didn't breed anything back that year. So I've not handled it since then. And it's taken, what did we decide? Around a year for that to get out of my system.
And we even retested it. And I think
Yeah,
if
just
I-
like 4 months ago, and it is now back to normal.
a normal level.
But it took them like almost a year to get that out of my system.
And it was really neat. We even did detox foot baths.
Yes, at your massage house.
Yes.
Those are fun. But yeah, that really did help a lot.
Because that can pull out the toxins. We have your vitamins here, but we had a whole vitamin regimen to help pull that stuff out. So
I have detox.
yes,
Detox should take one to clean and one to pull it out of your system.
yes. Which actually, I'll explain this for the viewers. So
yes.
the master detox, you take it in the morning, right? And what it does is it pulls the toxins out of the cells and into that blood. Okay. And then the activated charcoal, which is the capture and release, that pulls it out of the blood and into your fecal material. So you poop it out.
Right.
And it's really neat. So yeah.
The vitamins, I mean, what we've done for me is the same thing I would do to my horses, which I kind of laugh about this, because if I have a horse that hurts or doesn't feel good, I'd go supplements.
Yeah.
And we also have chiropractors, and we have dentists, and we have all of the same things. And like when we first started, we did the cold laser therapy,
Yes.
and we do that to horses. And you have is it a thermoplate, what do you call it?
Vibration plate.
The vibration
Yes.
plate. The horses have that too. And
They're just a little bit
yeah,
bigger.
they're just a little bigger. So I mean, all those things that we've done, I do with my horses, and it's like, so it all makes sense to me that it works, because I knew it works with my animals. But yeah, you want to go through all the rest of the stuff?
Let's do it. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because I had so much inflammation in my body.
Yes.
Because we did this for the inflammation.
Yep. So we did the Eflam X, which that has very high dosage of turmeric and white willow bark, and that helps with pain, because with all that regimen in your system, you were just swollen, like your ankles were just
Yeah.
like you broke your ankle.
And then we had the vitamin E plus, which was
Yes. So it's like an omega-3, which of fish oil, so it helps with inflammation, which is really good.
because that was still pretty high in my body. And we started right off with that,
Yes.
which is the nerve and bone.
Which is it's very similar to the Eflam X, but it helps with conduction, the nerve conduction, and pain, joints.
I could tell a lot of difference in this one, because I have all the nerve damage, made a big difference. The adreno
Yes,
care,
I like the adrenals. So, something neat with the adrenals is like when you do a lot of stress, handling a farm, you burn out your adrenals. Plus, when your hormones are so messed up that your adrenals get messed up, so then you're chronically fatigued. and then sex drive and all those things can really wreak a lot of havoc when your adrenals aren't working right. So
it's all connected. That's the finding that balance, get everything back where it ought to be.
Yeah.
Probably after, I'm gonna say, a few months on that before I was no longer having the pain in my back from my kidneys and everything. And now we're good. That is
I
bothering me.
love it.
That is bothering me. Next.
The thyroid.
I really was a mess. So I mean,
Yes.
he's had to fix a lot of stuff.
Yes, and it's so funny. Anyone that tells me that they're on some sort of thyroid medication, I never hear anything positive said. It always messes with them, makes them hot flashes. So having a supplement that can help you regulate your thyroid and do something positive for your thyroid rather than a synthetic medicine. Yeah.
Help. And they're just normal vitamins.
Yes.
Just
yes.
the normal.
Multivitamin, which there's a difference between vitamins you get at Walmart, and I'm not knocking Walmart. I like Walmart. You can get a TV there, you can get a couch there. That's all fine. But I wouldn't recommend getting vitamins from there or any generic store just because you don't really know what's in them. So yeah, multivitamin is.
And we talked one day about the quality control of vitamins because they're not the same.
Yeah, and you gotta have the right form. You gotta have the right dose. It gets complex really fast. So.
And you did a lot of work with the lab, even trying to figure out what I needed to take.
Yes.
With where I was at.
I made a lot of phone calls.
You did.
Well, your case was a complex case, and it's almost frustrating. I'm glad we found it, but it was almost frustrating that it wasn't until we found out about the Regimate, the synthetic progesterone, that we could start unlocking a lot of these pieces.
Yeah.
And your labs now are remarkable. But I think what's more remarkable for me watching you is knowing what you're able to do. I know you've slowed down a little bit. You're not, breeding horses right now. You're not breeding dogs.
I'm not one to sit. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know that.
I'm not. But the last 2 years I have tried because resting is something, even with my animals, if they're hurt or whatever, need to be in better shape. Resting is a good thing, and I've tried to do that the last 2 years. And I've spent a lot of time on the phone with my sister. It's like, she's had, some things going on, and we've talked a lot. And it's like, just to slow down and not do things. Like, Jimmy's been cleaning my stalls, and I've had other couple of guys that help clean stalls, and so I've not been doing that. I try not to lift the, feed bags and hay bales. So I've been the last couple of years trying not to do all those things. So, and whether that's helped or just a combination of everything, but I've had pretty much no pain for the last 4 months.
Which is almost unheard of years prior.
Yeah. It was constant. When I started to see you, it was all day and all night. I couldn't get out of pain. A lot of pain.
Which, that can be depressing. One of the biggest causes of depression or anxiety is chronic pain. I mean, did it ever start to affect you mentally? Like, add stress to you?
I'm sure it did because I'm one that likes everything done and I don't ask anybody to do it. I will do it myself. And I was like, and I don't really, and there's probably people out there that don't even know I had back surgery, don't even know that, 30-some years I did horses or 20-some years I've, done car wash books or whatever. Those people probably don't even know that I was doing that with all this. My back would just burn when I do too much, and I would quit for an hour or so and let it rest and then go back at it. But when I got to this point, that wasn't even a problem. That wasn't burning. I was getting pain everywhere. And that was the nerves just reconnecting or whatever.
Which I'm sure was extremely frustrating because you have the personality. You got to get things done.
I have a list.
Very long list.
I have a list.
As soon as we're done here, you have a list of things to do.
I do.
But now you can do it.
And have a plan. I have things that I want to do. we moved up here, and Jimmy retired, and he'd been working out of town for 18 years, which is a whole other story in itself, because I had back surgery on Saturday, and he started working out of town on Monday.
Oh.
Yeah, emergency back surgery on a Saturday. So yeah, that wasn't in the works. So for 18 years, he's worked in Ohio, and we stayed here, and that was our choice. It's what we wanted to do. So
busy.
yeah, but so I'm used to doing all those things myself. So I just do stuff. But yeah, I have a list and a plan. And so, but when he retired, I wanted to get back into breeding horses, and I told Aaron we're going to go down to just horses and dogs. Wasn't going to do all the other things that we were doing, and just focus on that, because we bought this place. He retired, and the same day we put an offer in on this place, my dad went in the hospital and had to go into hospice care. So we have all of that going on, and then my body falls apart.
Yes. So
like
everything hits at once.
Oh, it does. It does. It's how you react to it. That's important.
It is.
I try not to let other people bear my burden for all of this.
Yes.
I try to be more positive than that. Some days, maybe not so much.
Some days are easier than others.
Yeah,
Yes.
some days.
But we all have our struggles and our stressors and things we want to get done. And obviously these are a lot of vitamins. You come see me weekly, every other week, roughly.
Now.
And you've taken the time to invest in your health because you have stuff to do.
And I do. And I'm the world's worst, because I will do for everybody else and not me.
Yes.
And I don't want to be the one people worry about. I'm not that person. So it's, I'm the last to say, I got a problem, I need some help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's difficult for me.
Yeah.
Stepping back and let other people do my work is like, I can't hardly do it. I know I can't
Makes
hardly
your
do
skin
it.
crawl.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So yeah,
That's awesome. Well, Lisa, this has been absolutely phenomenal, and I want to just thank you for joining us on the show. And folks, thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time on Thriving with Chiropractic.
Thank you for joining. We truly hope Thriving with Chiropractic is making a positive impact on your health and wellness. Please comment and share this episode. We would love to hear from you. And as always, remember, your